your own webhook. So for that, we can use a JSON. In this case, my friend Jason is like everywhere. So basically, you can create parameters. As you can see, this is an example about a context that has food, that has protein, everything. But what if I want to do something else? To have my own webhook, to do some actions related? Well, here we go. We can use FireBase. How many of you already know FireBase? Raise your hand. Don't be shy. Cool. Well, FireBase is a cool platform for developers. It has different features. So in this case, we're going to use just a few of them. And of course, it's not only related with the Google Assistant. If you're a mobile developer, you can use push notifications. Also, if you're working with your own startup, it's a really good platform to create and just, in this case, as developers, have more time to have fun and just focus into the real code, right? So to have more time and have fun, actually, we can use FireBase with the Google Assistant. How it's going to work? Basically, we're going to have the Google Assistant, right? We're going to ask something like, what is your favorite color? Okay? Or tell me about my last conference in Nizhny Novgorod. So in this case, we are going to create something in Dialogflow related with what we already saw, create our own entities, right? Create our own topics. And then with Dialogflow, what it's going to do is go into our fulfillment webhook, right? And then it's going to be related with cloud functions in Firebase. We're going to take a how. And then we can interact with Firebase in many different ways. In this case, we can actually use the real-time database. Also, we can use Firestore, right? Or also storage. So why we are using cloud functions and why we are creating our own webhook and not just using our internal tools. First of all, we can combine all the features that we already have with Firebase with actions on Google. So in my case, first, I've been a Firebase developer, and then I've been using actions on Google. So if you already been using Firebase, you just have to learn a few things about actions on Google and just mix both of them. Second, in the case of using just one index.js, you have less opportunities or less chances to build more. Simple that. And third, of course, we can follow our best practices. If we are just using the internal tool, maybe we cannot have a Git or create our own repository or do even testing. So what do we need, basically? If you didn't use Firebase, first of all, you need the Firebase CLI. So remember, you're going to use npm, and you're going to install Firebase tool. Second, of course, we need to log in. Once that we log in, this is my console, as you can see. You're going to have these. And then, second, you need to connect your actions on Google with Firebase. So in this case, what we're going to see is Firestore, a little bit about cloud functions, and combine this with the Google Assistant. Again, all this is based in Node.js library. So if you've been playing around with JavaScript, it's pretty simple. It's the same environment. And we're going to see how we can actually create our own intents. Remember what is an intent, right? We can actually use another parameters like ask something, right? And create our own values. So first thing that we need to do is deploy our fulfillment. Again, it's not mandatory to use Firebase, but for me, it's been pretty simple to combine both things. So I really suggest that, especially if you're going to use actions on Google at the first time. So once that you connect your project, with Firebase and you already have created your actions on Google, do Firebase deploy. That simple. When you do Firebase deploy, if you go, this is a Firebase console. If you go to the Firebase console, you're going to see in functions, actually, that you're going to have a URL. You have to choose that URL, copy that, and then you have to paste here in the place that is fulfillment. As you can see, you're going to see webhook, and you're going to have this enable. So and then, after that, you can actually connect your Firebase project with actions on Google. And then, what you have is a chance to test, basically, what you've been doing in actions on Google directly with Dialogflow. So what we're going to do now is do some testing and show you how you basically can create your action. As Elisa mentioned before, we have different kinds of integrations. I really suggest to take a look not only with the Google Assistant. Today, what we're going to do is use the Google Assistant, and then later you can use with different platforms like web, Facebook Messenger, and it's not that hard. And even easier, you can combine with cars. So the different kinds of cars is, as Elisa mentioned before, a different way to not only use voice, also use images if you need it. So we have a different kind of resources to use this. I'm going to share with this with you. And of course, you need to try to get involved with the community. But let's see the demo, and let's see how everything is going to break now. I'm kidding. Are you excited to see the demo? Yes? I don't see it. Maybe you're waiting for lunch, like, okay, stop talking, I'm hungry. So, and then we're going to, this is my test app, right? So here, basically, I don't need even a device. I can just use this platform. So I will start talk to my test app.
Sure, here's the test version of my test app. Hi, Rockstar Speaker. To get to know you better, I'll just need to get your name from Google. Is that okay?
So I can say yes, right? But in this case, I will just write to make sure. And also, I don't know, in this case, it's using Google Sign In. So basically, it's asking me permission to check my data, in this case, my name. And it's telling me Rockstar Speaker, so I already like these assistants. I will say yes.
Thanks, Laura Morinigo. What's your favorite color?
Well, this is the basic question that I mentioned before. As you can see, they already know my name. The kind of pronunciation is weird, but yeah. In this case, I will just put blue. Not blue, blue.
Laura Morinigo, we have a few events that you've been participating this year. Would you like to hear more information?
Well, in this case, I just did a simple question just to show you like how I can get involved with a conversation just doing a simple question. In this case, I use color. They already know which kind of colors are already there, so I don't have to create any topic or something like that. And in this case, it's asking me if I want to know something about my events. And I put yes.
Which topic? FireBase, IoT, Android?
Well, in this case, the information that I already have is about FireBase, like my favorite topic. So I will put FireBase. Also, I can talk.
Here's more information about one of your events. You gave a talk at Google I/O Extended in Nizhny Novgorod about FireBase and machine learning. Remember to drink a lot of vodka and have fun with one of the best communities in Russia.
Cool. It works. So, yeah, if you see here, I even, let me take, this is the last picture that we have in the Google I/O Extended this year, if somebody of you were here before. So basically here, I'm combining some information that I have in Firebase as Firebase storage right? I have this image, and also I populate some information about my last conference. So it's pretty simple.